set and ready. And please subscribe if you haven't yet, because that really helps me, and you will know every time I post. You won't miss anything. So it's a win-win, really. I'm going to grab my mirror because I was underprepared. So I'll be looking over here. The mic is kind of blocking my view, but I think that that's just ASMR creator problems, I guess. I'm going to start with the e.l.f. Power Grip Niacinamide Primer. I'll be tapping a little bit throughout this video. I often forget. Today it's really warm out. It has been out for a couple days, but they're expecting thunderstorms tonight. I really like thunderstorms. They're really cozy to me when I'm indoors. But when I was younger, we used to go camping in France and in Switzerland in the mountains. And we would be in valleys because that's where all the campsites are. And when there was a thunderstorm in the valley, I was shitting myself. That was always really scary to me because it got so loud. You're kind of in a singing bowl, you know. Sorry to anyone who doesn't like them. We're safe. We're safe. But they always make me feel kind of nostalgic, so I'm excited to spend the day inside and read once the storm kind of starts. It's been really cloudy and gloomy, a little bit humid, but really warm. Got some sticky finger sounds. Anyway, for my concealer, I've been using this Too Faced concealer that is a sample, and I got from an employee at Plus because we were testing out concealers for me. This is in the color Swan. She gave me very little, but with this product you only need very, very little. So I'm grabbing a concealer brush and I kind of dip it in. I can try to show you maybe. I try to find a side where there's some product. Load it up on the brush, just a little. Then I go under my eyes. I really use barely any product this way, and I've been liking how that feels on my body. Do you hear all the birdies? Most of you guys seem to really like the birds in the background. I often get comments on it. Except for when it's in a meditation, that's always kind of 50-50. Some people request it, and then some people are like, can you get rid of the bird sounds? But they're paid actors, they're here live, so I can't. And I'm not really always down to film in the middle of the night. So, I also go on top of my eyelid. This was actually quite a lot. watch Mother Get Ready With Me, so you know that I've been using the same product for months now. So I recently treated myself using this brush from Kruidvat, which is nice to blend out the contour. I really like the shade of this. By the way, I don't even think that I've shown you on my ASMR channel. I showed it on my vlog channel, but I got a new tattoo. This is 3 silly girls dancing under the moon. It's an art print from Helene Patriot from 1912. And I wanted dancing women, preferably under a moon, and then I saw this print. And I got it done at Black Sword in Apeldoorn by Matthew. He actually won Ink Master one time. So I got my tattoo from the Ink Master himself. But I'm really happy with it. And she's been healing really well. I have to keep her out the sun, which is kind of difficult with this weather. It's genuinely difficult to remember to wear long sleeves when it's this hot out. Have I been perfect with it? No. I'm doing my best. I'll do a little bit here. Not to change the shape of my nose, but to add a little bit of something in the middle of my face so it doesn't look so washed out, I guess, in the middle. I feel like it sometimes ends up missing a little bit of definition for me. Go over my eyelid a little. And then that's the cream contour. And then this is a new product. This is, well, it's a slightly different shade to the one that I had before. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Hope. I had Happy, but it was a little too bright of a pink, I feel like, for me. I wanted a slightly more mauve tone, and this is still very rosy. But at this point I'm just saying random words, but this is the color. And I grabbed this Real Techniques brush that's about 600 years old. One time when I was younger, I thought I could use a blow dryer to dry these quicker, and then I kind of like burnt, of course, the hairs on the brush. So it's not the most wonderful brush, but it works, and I haven't found another one yet, so I kind of tap it on my hand, and then I smile. And I apply it like this. I say this in every video, but I'm always so scared that it looks horrendous on camera. My dad was saying that once this is healed, I need to color them in so you can discern better who is who. And I think that it'll be fun to do for an ASMR video or something. I can color in my tattoos. I've always wanted to do that, so let me know if you think I should. I can probably use face paint for that. This is the blush. I immediately feel better when I wear a blush, but in the camera it looks really light here under the eyes, and that's exactly the problem. Which is why This is the Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten, I think. Yeah, Enlighten Liquid Luminizer. It's a really big bottle. So I put some on my hand. That's a lot, because I couldn't see what I was doing. And then I tap a little bit on my finger. And again, I kind of stipple it on another spot on my hand. And then I apply with my finger. Are you seeing that? So gorgeous. I love it. Okay. And then on my nose a little bit. And then that's me done. I don't really have a lip product here. Oh, I can do this one. This is the Sephora Outrageous Intense lip plumping gloss, which has a really nice applicator. I think I've shown it before. It's just a clear gloss with lip plumping effects, so that will give my lips a little bit more color in a couple minutes. And then that's the look. I'm going to put my hair down. It's not that long. And then I'm kind of almost done for the day. I don't really have any specific plans, but it's nice to be ready. You never know when inspiration strikes and you want to film something, I guess. But yeah, I've been fussing with my hair so much, I don't know. It's just one of those days, I guess. For life updates and whatever else, there hasn't been that much, just that I went to Geneva, and that was kind of the last time that I really talked to you. And I had a really lovely and beautiful time. I made a vlog on my second channel if you want to see my whole experience. I got a lot of pretty footage, I think, of the city and of my experience. The first half of the video is really me yapping to you, having packing anxiety, doing my makeup on travel day, and then the rest of it is the vlog. And it was just really nice to have quality time with my family, and we watched Lord of the Rings in the evenings. I went into the city by day. I went to Voltaire's chateau. That was really cool. I saw the view of the city. I had a really wonderful time. So I really recommend checking out the vlog if you would like to see a little bit of what it looked like. And then I got home and I had work again, so that's been good. I'm doing a volunteering project that I think I've talked about before, but every summer me and 9 other people organize an event for children where 200 kids come for a week, and we build huts out of pallet wood. They build with that all week, and there's a theater kind of red thread throughout the week, and there are activities. So throughout the year we're kind of busy with that and organizing the activities. So me and my friend made a photo scavenger hunt months ago and worked that out onto paper, and everyone has a day in the week where they are in charge of the activities. So we've been working on putting that together, and this week me and someone else in the organization, we went through town and we went through every single shop, and we always ask them to sponsor us, and it's really nice to see every store or and she was like, "We really need, do you know anyone who could film the musical?" Like, are you really asking a YouTuber if they know someone who can film something? I want to do it. I love, in the final year of elementary school, it's kind of a tradition in the Netherlands. You go to camp and you do a musical, and I remember my musical experience and I loved it so much and I really cherished it, and me and my friends would rewatch that DVD years later. So for me to just set up my camera there, sit there, watch the musical, edit it into a video for them, I mean, I love doing that. So I will be doing that soon. And to the kids who found my YouTube channel through that, hey, gezellig. So yeah, that's really fun and cute and wholesome. And other than that, I'm just filming, working, keeping my cat alive, keeping the fish in the pond in the backyard alive, and making music when I can, seeing friends. So yeah, that's kind of what life is like right now on my end. I'm very excited to hear what your life is like right now. Drop me a comment. Do you have any summer plans? What are you up to? Are you doing any volunteering projects? I would love to know about that.